Well, hello. Welcome. This is a special edition. This is a special broadcast today. My name is Dr. Anana, and I am so excited today to be live, to be connected, to be speaking with you, and to be sharing some exciting news. Now, listen, if you follow Real Talk, Real Solution, Moms on a Mission, and Blessed Girls Global, listen, it is time. It is a season. It's an exciting time here in the United States. And guess what? Around the world. Oh my goodness. So listen, as a World Civility Ambassador, I have the opportunity to meet some incredible people, to work with, alongside and collaborate with some incredible people. But today, more importantly, an incredible woman. And so if you've been following, last year, I had the honor and the privilege of graduating and becoming a spiritual midwife, a certified trained spiritual midwife. And guess what today? Guess what? If you're here, say, guess what? Say what? What, Dr. Nada? What you got to tell us today? As you come in, as you're watching the broadcast, please say hello. Tell us where you're chiming in, where you're listening, where you're watching from today, because we want to know. We want to welcome you. So just say hello and say, listen, I'm checking in from Burundi. I'm checking in from Ghana. I'm checking in from London. I'm checking in from Jersey. Where you at? So come connect with us as you come on in the room. But listen, so a year ago, I had the privilege and the honor to go through an extensive training and to become a spiritual midwife. Hello, South Jersey. Yes, and let me tell you, honestly, I have to tell you this. I had known about the training. I had known about the trainer for some years, right? And anybody say God's timing? God's timing. When he puts it together, he does all things well, right? And so I heard about this spiritual midwife, my sister prophetess Margie, if y'all know her, right? I had heard about this, and she kept saying, you got to take this training. This is who you are. This is what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, sis. And Lord knows he put this thing together, and I was able to take this training all online during the pandemic. And I'm going to tell you something. I promise to tell you the truth, that if I hadn't taken this training and if I hadn't come in alignment and had the leadership and the training of this amazing woman, I don't know what today would even look like, because the timing of the training and becoming a spiritual midwife and really learning and developing in my own identity during that time and that season was just life-changing. So today, I have the privilege and the honor of bringing this amazing woman to the show, to the audience. And she is here today. And she's going to talk to us about being a spiritual midwife, talk to us about her ministry, her NGO, her nonprofit, A Heart. And so listen, what you want to do, you want to first let us know you're here, but you want to share. You want to like, comment, but you want to share, because I promise you, this is more than just an intro and a talk about spiritual midwife, because this right here, listen, hit the share button. Share it with somebody in their inbox and let them know that they want to listen in and they want to learn today. Because let me tell you about who I'm bringing to the stage. I gotta go to her bio, guys. I have to let you know that our guest today is none other than Apostle Robbin Hargrove. Now, here's the thing. She is anointed woman of God. She really evokes change. Now that's something within itself. We're talking about evoking change, because most folks don't like change. Okay, right? And she does this really in the body of Christ. And this is by building and strengthening ambassadors, guys, for the kingdom of God. She is multifaceted. And this is what I love. Because anybody ever say, girl, you too many things. You too many things, right? And you feel that way. But when you meet someone else who is more than those things and too many things, you're like, all right, I ain't so weird after all. This is a good thing. But she is a multifaceted executive. She is a life coach. She is a spiritual midwife trainer. That she is. She is known for her dynamic delivery of God's word and her keen ear to God's voice. And her authoritative blind faith is carrying out God's word and just doing amazing things in the land. In the land, can I tell you this? Apostle Hargrove, she is a recipient of many awards. Much as some is the unsung hero, this is a state award by the NAACP. My goodness, she has worked with ministries. She's received the Women of Empowerment Award, the Spirit of Excellence Award, and the Visionary Award from the Eagle Excellence. Now, this is just a little bit, a peek of how she's been recognized and awarded around the world. Right. And so I love this because right now her goal, right, in regards is internationally, she wants to empower women and men, right, to birth, build, and become Christ ambassadors who will strengthen their communities with their powerful and creative God-given kingdom assignments. Is that something right there? That's something right there, right? Now, if that is not enough, let me just tell you a little bit more, because she's going to talk about it. But I want to give you, while you getting your folks on, while you sharing this broadcast, while you letting folks know that we're talking about real talk and real solutions, right? Part of her mission and part of being a spiritual midwife duties is to actively fight against all types of infant mortality. Apostle Robbin's first love is for her ministry, and it's named A Heart, Embassy Connection. And through this ministry, the spiritual midwives, listen, they donate infant items to orphanages. They support families and infants under 2 years of age, right? And this ministry has been instrumental to families devastated by hurricanes, poverty, COVID-19, the pandemic, right? And each month they provide resources to families who cannot adequately purchase the essential items that they need to care for, of course, the infants and their family as well, right? So when we talk about multifaceted. So now tell me, did you share? Have you shared this broadcast? Are you ready? Can we bring her to the, okay, share it now? Okay, good, right? So y'all ready? So I want you to listen. I know we virtually stand to your feet. Give a round of applause. Please help me to welcome Apostle Hargrove to the broadcast, to the audience today. Apostle!
Hey, how are you? Thank you for this great invitation. I mean, I'm flattered for sure, that intro. God bless you, and I love you, and just what an honor and a privilege it is to be with all of you today.
Yes. Apostle, my goodness. I mean, just a little bit about your bio. You talk about multifaceted executive coach, life coach, pastor, apostle, all of that. Mother, grandmother, you walk in all of this, and you do it so gracefully, so elegantly. We're just so inspired by you. So I'm grateful that you are here today. I thank you. So I don't know where we start. Let me just say that those that are watching, right? The one thing you and I both have come together, right, is that in the summer of 2022, we are heading to Africa.
Yes.
We're heading to Africa, Apostle.
Yes, and I'm so excited about, first of all, what God is doing in your life and the divine connections that are happening. Like you were talking about, everything is preordained. I mean, to every daughter, to every mentee, to everyone, that the Lord has handpicked midwives from across the country and around the world, and to have you be one of them that would prepare me for my next. One of the things that I love so much is it's never just one-sided. It is always reciprocal. Divine connections and partnerships really cause you have the piece to my puzzle. You being connected to my life allows me to be able to see my entire picture better. And I think that when we can celebrate one another and see the value that we bring to, and there's no compete. We're not competing, we're completing. And so hearing about your ministry, Bless Girls, and then attaching that with what we're looking at with spiritual midwives and supporting women's initiatives from around the world, this is God. This is a God thing right now. You know what I mean?
Indeed, nothing but. Nothing but God. And that's what's so exciting, right? Because you know what, we're really coming into a post-pandemic
Yes.
era, if you will,
Yeah.
right? And we've
Yes.
all gone through such, challenging times and loss and incivility, right? But to know that we are in alignment, we are in step with God's timing and His
Absolutely.
season, in spite of what we see around us,
Yeah.
right? That's what we could just run all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is incredible. This is incredible. So I'm grateful that you are here. I'm grateful for your obedience, for your yes, and just taking the lead and having a class and training us as spiritual midwives,
Yeah.
right? So I can say, that is so important. And some people are like, what is a spiritual midwife? What are you
Good
talking about?
question.
Like, I don't even know what that is. And so I want you to just take the lead and really explain that and break that down for the audience, if you will.
Well, again, I'm just so grateful to have all of you that are on and those as you come on. It is so important for you to understand the power of life, choosing life and death, right? We're choosing to live life to its fullest availability. And the thing is, everyone needs to have an opportunity to be able to do that. So I want you to catch this and hear me. It's not a long, fancy description about what it is to be a midwife, but it's as simple as form as I could put it. It is in the adding and being a part of the execution of God's plan. Listen, God has already purposed and planned your next. Before you were even born, you had to be birthed out in order to be what He calls you to be. Midwives don't do that. We don't provide, we don't plant that, but we do team up to be a part of the execution to make sure that it happens in time, with time, and to let you know what's going on. Spiritual midwives aid in the birthing of the purpose of God's plan. That's it in the nutshell. Being able to identify, to be able to hear prophetically, understanding the times and the seasons, like the tribe and the sons of Issachar, being sensitive to the time and season of God. Dr. Anana was just talking about the pandemic. I love to call it a plandemic, that this is really walking out the plan of God. We are able to reach further now than we ever were before because of the fact that now we're not so having to be connected in person, but being able to use the airways to be able to watch and connect from around the world. And so this initiative to be able to have trained up midwives for the last 12, 13 years, we've been providing this 1 year intense training and mentorship, and it has really connected us to women around the world and around the country. And so for that, I'm so excited. Listen, there is a prophetic perception that God has revealed His plan, just like He did with Rachel. He revealed His plan that what she was carrying was nations in her belly. When you have a midwife, that midwife is able to sense your pain, listen, your purpose, why you're feeling tired, and you can sense I'm about to produce something, and making sure that you don't create, listen, a creative abortion, that you don't sit there and think yourself out of your next. Even with this whole mission and plan to go global, we serve a global God. We're so caught up in what's going on in our house, in our households, in our neighborhood. But the truth is, God has us on a global pathway. It's limitless. There is nothing that you cannot do. And so with that, I'm so excited about it. I have to think about this thing, even when Rachel, God gave her the opportunity with Rebecca, that He gave her the opportunity to understand the plan, His ultimate plan for even those sons that were in her womb. I'm telling you, spiritual midwives are anointed to tap into the Lord's birthing plan of purpose. Come on here. We don't create purpose, we execute the purpose and the plan of God. That's an important thing. We come alongside and become a part of the birthing team overall. We all need a team. We all need somebody in our lives who can speak right to that. Midwives understand the power of life and death that's in our tongue, speaking life, speaking hope, speaking truth. And listen, we've been called to greater, and this is the time to do it. Listen, I want you to understand this. When you are a part of joining a birthing team and supporting women in the producing the promise, listen, it is so important. I don't want to be long and belabor it because there's more to come to explain that. But the real piece of birthing out this midwife piece really came from a heart, which started first with providing emergency assistance for infants in crisis. I was in family court where I saw families, especially women of color, whose families are being torn apart based upon whether they had the resources or not, living in foster care, being divided, simple things that they needed to be able to have and might not have had it. And now they can stand up to 18 months or never being reunited with their children. I said, I don't think that our community is aware of what's going on in this institution. He let me sit there for almost 3 years and listen to these horrible cases. I said, God, you got me here for a reason. Now tell me what you want me to do. All I got back, y'all, was host baby showers. What? What does this mean? How will this bring solutions? But I was obedient. And as you begin to walk out promise, God will show you and reveal you things. We started hosting baby showers, collecting things. I can't stay on that story long, but I began to look up the issues that are happening. So what God will use first to produce in the spirit, he'll do it in the natural. He's bringing me back full circle. So now not only are we producing midwives who can handle women who have been broken, women who don't have the aunties, who don't have the mommies, the nannies, the Medeas in their lives, to give wisdom, to give knowledge. What we do in the spirit, also we're doing in the natural, so that we can be able to come together and really allow God to bring healing and to bring life, and life that more abundantly. And so what I'm so excited about, listen here, I'm so honored to be able to now not just have this happen in New Jersey or in the nations, but to go international, to go around the world. And then most important, to go back to the original place. I'm trying to tell you to go to where we know the Garden of Eden is. So I'm so grateful for the tour. I want to share this with you, and we can talk some more about it, but I want to give you some facts that most people may not be aware of, that even with all of the technology of this advanced United States of America, we still find ourselves at a deficit at 5.7 deaths per 1,000 live births. The United States has the highest infant mortality rate. We have the highest, even higher than third world countries. Why? Because we're not surrounded. We're divided. Where many women are going through this birthing process without the support, without the spiritual anointing to be able to sense life and death is in the room. I need somebody to pray for me. I need somebody to bring my mind back. I need to be in an environment that I can do what I was born to do. Listen here, somebody needs to understand this kind of connection will change your whole scope of being, birthing, and becoming who God called you to be. First in the spirit and then in the natural. So when I think about Black babies are the in gravest danger than anywhere around the world. Listen here, if you're a woman of color, listen, the infant mortality rate in 2018 of 10.8 deaths per 1,000 live births, compared to the rate of 4.6 white babies per 1,000 births. It's amazing. The disparity between Black and white still today is just unheard of. And now more than ever, listen here, is that now we're losing women during the birthing process. Those numbers are skyrocketing, and it's all due to racism. It's all due to the insensitivity to the needs of women of color. So being able to partner with you, Dr. Nana, and the entire team, and to be able to establish and work together, we can make sure that not only are we making sure that they live. But we don't know. They're kings. They're the next presidents. Come on here, whether male or female. We understand there's that next Moses. You hear what I'm saying? When we think about those midwives of having to say yes to God, even when their lives are at stake, even during a pandemic, willing to pack your bags and go and make sure that life happens. Come on here. We're a part of a team that is so big. This thing is bigger than you. This thing is bigger. And I'm just so grateful that he has allowed us to connect today so that we can be able to walk out prophecy, walk out the plans and the vision of God. Absolutely. Making life happen and keeping him in the center of all of it. Doing spiritual work and securing the work in the natural is what I'm talking to you about. I am a licensed doula. I'm a birthing coach. I'm in the birthing room as well as the spiritual birthing room, and coming together. I decree and declare, like now more than ever, God says live. He's telling us to live our best life. He dropped this word in my spirit, and I'm about done because I can go on forever and I want to pull you in, Doc. But I want you to understand that he said, not only are we going to do it, but this is our year of acceleration. We're picking up the pace. He's expanding your territory. He's giving you further reach, further ability. That's why you're on here today. He is building us a birthing team with people from around the world, male and female, who have a heart for the things of God and using the resources to be able to get it done. I can't wait to be able to share with you. We're taking stuff with us. We want to make sure that we support the orphanages. We want to make sure that we share insight. We want to make sure that they know that they're not alone. Listen, we are planning and building a birthing team from around the world. Do you know the power of connection? Do you know that when you can speak life and hope, come on here, I decree and declare that this is your time. It's our season, and God is giving us the ability to do more. Somebody say, I'm ready to do more. I'm ready to use my resources for more than just buying stuff with labels, but I want to be a part of the life birthing plan that God has. This is a powerful initiative, and I believe that you're on it because you're connected to it. Listen, come on here, Doc. Talk to me some more about what we're doing. Listen, I'm so excited. I'm excited. I am.
Oh my, there's so much right there. Listen, Kontiki says, I'm ready for more. They are ready, absolutely. And so the powerful thing about it is you're speaking life to those that might not be sure. You know what I mean? Because, the one thing I realized that even just giving birth, right? It's almost like you're close to death in that process.
The closest point.
I don't know. Listen,
yes.
But there's such a weight and a heaviness of things that come against you when it's time to give birth, right? And so when you talk about the team and alignment and the connection, that is so key. So you understand that there's probably people watching in Australia. That might be men and women watching in China, in Africa, that really are ready to give up, really ready to abort, right? Baby in the seed. Like how important it is, to really have that connection, and that you are really offering this training and answering the call and the assignment, if you will, in this time in this season. Can you just talk a little bit more about that? Like, think about that. That person is like this. I know. You know what I mean? I know I'm supposed to do more, but I feel this is too much. This is too tough, right? I can't be, right? Everything around me is falling. I don't have it. What do you say about that in that time, in that season?
Well, you're right on point with it, because when you're talking about spiritual and natural, they merge. They look a lot of the same way. When you are right at the cusp of giving birth to the purpose and the plans that God has for you, well, the enemy is not sitting by twiddling his thumbs, allowing you to run through the tulips and make it easy. You got to understand that what's in me's got to come out of me. I think about Hannah. I was built to do more, even though provision's been made for me. Was to do more right now. When the weight comes against you, when the fight comes against you, when, let's be real. Mental health right now is the leading cause of people shutting down, committing suicide. I'm talking about even in the church, that we're addicted to popping pills to go to sleep, to wake up. We're needing all of this. No, you need a midwife, baby. You need a midwife to help you give birth to what you were called. I decree and declare that we are robbing the grave from all of these, the books, the business, the stuff. No, the ministry. You gonna give birth to this. We gonna get behind you and push you and cause. And so that message is needed around the world, and especially our women of color, especially our sisters. Come on here, that look like I've been forgotten. That look from afar and say, does anybody see me? See, a midwife sees you, can see that you're at the point of being able to produce and change the whole course, not only for you, but you're birthing out destiny. You're giving birth that can cause change for 4 to 14 generations. My God, this thing right here, the decisions that you're making to live, listen, it's so big. And then, of course, in the birthing room itself, I think we need to go back to looking at some of the traditions. I'm not only trying to go to teach, but I'm going to learn. I'm open to receive that they have a better success rate in giving birth than we do in the United States of America. Why? Because you've got midwives in the room. You've got folk who are experienced. You got people who understand the sensitive nature of understanding that I need to be reminded of who I am. You know what I mean?
Oh, do I? Do I? Listen, Apostle, this is so rich. It's so rich. And you just even given the statistics of infant mortality in regards to women of color, right? Just really, raising the flag and pointing the light and raising awareness to this that's happening in our community. It is huge. The mental health component of it, let's think about, Miss USA. Right? High functioning, right?
Yeah.
Like, these are things that are real. And that's why I'm so excited. I'm so grateful, right? For the opportunity and the alignment and the connection in this time, in this season, that you are right. Apostle, we robbing the grave. Listen,
you hear me?
You can't have her. You can't have him. That's what we're doing.
Absolutely. Live, baby, live. Listen, breathe, baby, breathe. You just need somebody, get in position and push past your pain to get to your purpose. And I know that this is resonating in someone today that's listening, someone who's tuning in afterwards, that this is so important. There is so much more in you that meets the eye. Sometimes you just need to be reminded of who you are. Even in connecting to you allows me to see the landscape of something greater, something bigger. When I think about blessed girls that you're going to talk about, that if we can get them from an early age to give a head start to understanding how powerful they are, how beautiful they are. This is important, but we all have a responsibility to share, to push, to add to. We can't get so caught up in our issues, tissues, and puffs, my favorite statement. We can't get so caught up in all the things that we're dealing with in life. I have gotten healing. I have absolutely gotten healing from seeing and giving and providing and supporting someone else, that I've got over my issues. Listen, I got over it. I was so grateful. God, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your master plan. And I believe that this trip is a master plan of God. I just feel like we birthing something out. Listen, the whole nations, we have the logo that there's a globe in the woman's belly. I believe that our partnership in this team is really blessing and producing and bearing down to birth and produce nations. Man. It's big. It's so big.
Bigger than we could have even ever imagined. And you always say, listen, everything big was once small.
Yeah.
You understand that little bit? You know what? The faith of a mustard seed. You know how tiny a mustard seed is, right? Yeah. So this is absolutely incredible, guys. I thank you, everyone who is watching. Listen, make sure you know what, you show Apostle some love. Let us know what are some of your key takeaways. You see, Mika says, listen, indeed, it's a master plan from God. Listen,
absolutely.
We have truly been set up,
Amen.
you know,
Amen.
in that regard. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this trip. And we know that this is just the beginning. Listen, Africa, Europe, Asia, where we
We're
going?
going. We're going to Israel. Listen, I don't think
Israel,
we're going to Israel. We're going to do
Dubai,
that.
right?
We're going to
I mean, and
Dubai.
listen, we'll have interpreters, right? Because that's what is so necessary. Let's just
And
say
you
that. Like,
can. Listen, not only can we, but we will. I need somebody just to grab hold of that. That not we've been looking at our lives from such a pigeonhole of just such small. I'm a little country girl from Southern Jersey. Listen here, I didn't see this for my life whatsoever. I didn't know what was possible. It was just merely a dream, but the dream is becoming a reality by one step at a time, by one master a covenant partnership at a time, are willing to be open that God can use us in a greater way. I can't wait to hear about Blessed Girls, but I wanted to share this major piece with most people don't even understand that we're dealing with. The first year, just being able to, first of all, the first of giving birth, the death angel is hovering over, my God, to try to snatch. There is a fight to try to kill off every prophet, every prophetess, you know what I mean? That fight, people can always know how anointed they are. They can go back to their mama and say, listen, what happened at my birth? Because the fight is so for real. Listen, this thing is so big. I wanted to just share this because this thing blew my mind. Infant mortality is defined as death during the first year of life. 66% of those deaths for overall races occur in the neonatal period, in the first 28 days of life. We just did a 21-day fast. I get it. Listen, in those first 28 days, there's a 14% within the first hour and another 26% within the first 23 hours. It is critical. It is critical to have a birthing team in the spirit as well as in the natural. At the beginning of this thing, you are so vulnerable. You are so vulnerable. We cannot keep allowing folk to go through stuff by themselves. We are naturally built to be able to give birth. But what's around us, the warfare, the mental health, the resource, I'm trying to tell you, creating a presence. The first, listen, do you hear what I'm saying? The first 28 days could be our make or break thing in life. And then being able to celebrate that first year. Do you understand? Even when you birth out a ministry, etc., you've got to develop it. You got to pay attention to it. You got to have help. You got to get wisdom. You got to have guidance, and you got to have a plan. And that's what we're doing. Y'all, listen, I believe that God is bringing us together, weaving us together to make a tapestry that's so beautiful to be able to wrap around life in the spirit as well as the natural. Thanks so much, Doc, for allowing me to share that piece.
Allowing you. Listen, man. Oh man, this is just so good, so rich. I
Amen.
thank you. I thank you. Oh my goodness, for being you. Like,
Amen.
people really don't know. Listen, she'll still cut up, have us joking, laughing, real truth, transparency, you know, being honest. And that's that environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Creating an environment where you can, and I love that you say that we don't create purpose. Listen, we're not create. God already created your purpose, right? We're not, you know, people like looking for purpose. It's already in you, right? But we create an environment, right, for you to come forth and birth out that purpose. And that's what this thing is
a
really
safe
about.
place.
A
safe place to be real, to be transparent, to deal with your flaws, that we all have issues, tissues, and puffs, but it doesn't take away from who you are. And can I see you? Sometimes we just need to be seen beyond the outward exterior, but to be able to see how unique and valuable and beautiful you really are. So to connect to the daughters, the mentees, to the sons, the brothers, listen, to the kings and queens, I promise you, I'm looking forward to this next at an accelerated pace. This thing is moving fast, Doc. It's moving fast.
Woo. And this is the thing, right? So listen, so Apostle, before you go, I know all the folks that are watching have heard just a taste of what you've been putting down, of what this thing is all about. Let's talk about how they can connect with you. We know, definitely the African tour that is happening and the nations that we're going to as we travel to Africa, but about the class, I mean, you have 10 at 10, you have your website, how to connect with A Heart. What will be the best way now for them to connect with you in this season, if you will?
Well, first of all, we're using this platform right here, so I would love for them to become a Facebook friend.
Yes.
You can look it up. It's Robbin, Robbin, Hargrove, Hargrove. You got it up on the screen. Yes. If you would just go ahead and and share, get on, like she said, at 10 at 10, Monday through Friday. We are on at the 10 o'clock hour. Why 10? It's the time of prophesying over your day, prophesying over your next. And we, as midwives, always tell you what season that you're in. So you really want to be able to do that. And then you can go straight to look up more information on how you can be a part of this plan with A Heart. You can go right to www.aheartministries.org. That's aheartministries.org. I saw my administrator, Sabrina's on there, so that they can put that up. And then don't forget, coming up next month, right? It's Women's Month here, but we're going to talk some more about what's going on when we get there. But we are having One Night with the King right in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We're having a conference, and Doc, you're going to be there talking about your book, what's going on, the initiative. But it's midwives, it's men and women coming from across the country to be able to join together and really be able to, iron strengthens iron. You know what I'm saying? And being able to get the tools necessary so that we can do what we were born to do. So that's just one of my, I think the other one that you can get to me directly, that one would be pastorrobbin.org, I believe, and they'll put that up as well. There it is, pastorrobbin.com. You can get that information, and let's get connected, y'all, because your purpose and your plan really matters. And our job is to make sure, listen, you're changing the whole, you are such a kingdom change agent. Baby, listen here. When we all get together, we're better together than we are apart. So I'm grateful for this opportunity that you've allowed this platform for me to be able to share as we team up and really take this thing to the nations.
Absolutely. Now, wait a minute. You skated past, a little bit, but let's talk about One Night with the King.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can. Where is that happening? When I know that's coming up. It's like less than a month away, right? So we really want. So guys, this is within the next 3 to 4 weeks. You can connect. You can be a part of the midwife, a part of the experience, and you can attend. I believe it's in Atlantic City. I wish I had.
It's in Atlantic City. It is at the Claridge, where it's very intimate. We're making sure that we're not going over 100 seats. Date night with the King. Why it's during the time that it is, I believe it's during that weekend, during Purim. It's March 17th, 18th, 19th. They'll put it up on there. I'm trying to keep up with all that's going on. Philly, God bless her. I love her for sure, right there from South Africa. Thank you for all you're doing. I think about One Night the King, it comes from this is our time to understand that you've been called for such a time as this. And we've got, listen, what do you do with this once in a life opportunity? What do you do at the moment? How do I handle what he's called me to do with grace? How do I do that? Listen, Esther didn't know. Then died, lost her mother, and then she has the Mordecai, my father, my chief apostle, will be there at this conference. Y'all, I'm telling you, he's spoken to my life and I became, but I had to listen. We're teaching those things. But guess what's so important, y'all? You can do it. We're doing this during the Purim season. It's a time of festival. It's a time we're going to get dressed up. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have a great time, but we're going to teach. We're going to give tools so that we can make it happen. The awesome part of it is that we're not stopping there. We're going to have One Night with the King happening throughout these different countries in Africa, that we're going to be able to train up midwives, be able to support the babies, support the young ladies. Listen, it's going to be amazing. And this celebration is going to be done around the world. So that little idea, what looks small is really big. That idea that you thought that you might have started with a small little nuclear point, God is now enlarging our territory at an accelerated rate. This thing is big, y'all, and you're a part of it. Come join me. Come see me. You can get the information that's right on the screen there, March 17th to the 19th. Come on to Atlantic City. I decree and declare we're tearing down a hard heaven, and we are going to see walking out prophecy. Listen, we're walking it out. We're becoming that generation that he spoke that would be. And I'm just a part that you are a part of it, and we're going to make it happen. So thanks again. Y'all got the information. Let's connect.
That's it. That's all you have to do. So the website is there. Certainly, even in the rebroadcast, we'll make sure we put that in the link, because that's happening. That's right away. So you want to know. I see Joanne Cash. She is like, listen, I'm interested. Absolutely. So
Let's
come
go.
on. Come on, you don't want to miss this. You can meet us here in the United States.
Let's
Months
make it
away,
happen.
we'll be in Africa. We'll be doing the same thing. And so this is just really, really an exciting time, a crucial time, and you don't want to miss it. That's one thing. Listen, don't be missing it. Listen, we're talking about this time. Like, the distractions, focusing forward. That's all the enemy. He just full of distractions, things to get you out of place, out of position. But you are going to really, really, oh my goodness, this is good.
It's time sensitive. Can I just say that? It's time sensitive. There's a date on this thing. Do you hear me? I know you sense it. I know you feel it in your spirit. It's like, OMG, I won't let any excuses. I won't let anything. And even those that are talking about money. Well, the Lord, no. I was told this by Dr. Miles Monroe. I speak the will of God. How about that? I speak that. And I decree and declare that everything that you need in this season is already provided. Go get your ticket. Fill that tank of car up. Well, however you need to get there, just get there and connect. And it will set you on a whole force to go to the next level. I'm telling you, one meeting, one divine connection changes everything. One night with the King, baby, will change your whole scope of the purpose and plan for your life. It's a major deal. You don't want to miss it.
I know she's right. Listen, I know. I'm going to test to that for sure. So, guys, make sure you get connected. Follow, meet us in March. We will be there. This midwife retreat, one night with the King. Get your ticket, get registered now.
Right
Hit
now.
the link and get registered. You don't not want to miss it. So, Apostle, I want to let you go. I know your schedule is so tight with all your multifaceted gifts, and you ain't leaving nothing undone, untouched, unpurposed, unpushed, unbirthed.
Amen.
So I just appreciate you. I thank you for taking time out today to speak with the world. I thank you for being, and we're just getting started. So guys, stay tuned. She will be back. We will be interviewing more midwives. We'll be talking more about the trainings as we move forward. We have pages, so just stay tuned. Don't you miss it. Don't you miss it. So Apostle, again, so much love, respect, and honor you, and just all that God is doing in your life, in you and through you. So I just speak blessings, continue blessings, and you go ahead. I'll go ahead and close out.
Listen, I just need to say this to you. Thank you for being a gatekeeper. Thank you for being an ambassador of ambassadors, but you are so significant because you are a gatekeeper to be able to give us access to our next. I love you. I am so grateful for you. And this is a bad system, one to watch. My God, you are doing great things behind the scenes, and it's your now time. And we are all happy to be able to be with you as you go into your next. But you're the gatekeeper, baby. Thank you for giving us access in this platform today. Everybody, be blessed, and I'll talk to you again real soon.
Love you, Todd. Love you. All right, guys. Wow. Right? Did I tell you we were in for a treat? Did I tell you, listen, this is love you all too. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting, for being here. Make sure, again, you share this broadcast, because I don't know about you, but I know there was a word, there was a nugget, there was some insight. And as we're saying, that can literally change the trajectory of someone's life today. That's how powerful you are by just hitting the share button. Because I know you've been changed. I know you've heard something, right? So now why don't you go ahead and be the one to share this with someone else? So hit the share button, inbox somebody, say, listen, you better listen. You better take the time to listen. Check this out. Check this out. No explanation, but just tell them to check this out. So I thank you for watching, guys. You know, this is what it is. Really, we are making this happen. So I will be at the midwife retreat in March. I cannot wait to see you there. We will definitely be touring. You'll be hearing more about the Africa tour. The midwives are coming. And I love this because it's not just the midwives are coming. We are doing the training. We are having One Night with the King. But y'all know, Blessed Girls, the 4C's Youth Civility Movement, it is happening. So we're doing so much at the same time. So we want your youth to come out. Listen, you want to make sure that they are there. They are connected. If you don't know, the 4C's is community, civility, creativity, and climate change. And we understand in order to inspire and educate and move your youth forward, we are going to teach them, educate them, empower them so that they know and understand that they are the leaders. What? They're going to create a better tomorrow, but we have to instill and develop them now. So I invite you, listen, the 4C's, you know, you go to blessedgirls.com, get connected because we are coming. We are moving forward. We are moving forward. If you want to know more about the tour, listen, it's not just, we're coming to do work. We're coming to be the blessing, but we are coming to learn. As Apostle said, we want to learn more about our brothers and sisters around the world, right? And connect. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. I thank you for watching. Did you hit the share button? Did you go to the website? Are you going to meet me at the retreat? Are you going to be, what you going to do? What you going to do? Because we ain't just talking about it, but we are going to be about it. So listen, my name is Dr. Anana. I thank you for watching. And y'all know what I tell you to do. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Woo, I forgot. I have a virtual boot camp. We are moving forward. We are focused and forward in February. Next Sunday, you don't want to miss it. Focus Forward Boot Camp, 2-hour boot camp. Listen, I know, you know what? Everything that happened last year, 2019, 2020, but your time and your season is now, and you need to connect. Listen, Apostle talked about being in the right environment, right? Where you can be in connection and alignment, right? So people can know and understand your purpose. That's what it's about. So next Sunday, Focus Forward Boot Camp is happening. Y'all know, go to my website, connect with me, more information, see the flyer. Let's do this thing. We are better together. So thank you for watching. Listen, you know what I say, be bold. Be bold, y'all. Be you and be blessed. This is Dr. Anana signing off. Thank you so much for watching.